right. Well, thanks so much for coming. So, on today's call, we're going to go over onboarding. So, I'm so excited that you have decided to join doTERRA, and hopefully, you've already got your kit. And if you have, work with your mentor going over how to use those products, and make sure that you got your LRP set up, which we'll talk about, and get going. So, on this call, what we're going to do is just go over your first steps to really setting up your account and what you need to do to get ready to launch your doTERRA business. So if you have any questions or need a replay of whatever we talked about today, you can come back to this page and watch the recording. Will be right here. So if you need to come here again, this is chooseoils.com/onboarding. Let's see it right there. So you can come back to this anytime you need to reference it. So first thing we're going to do as you're setting up your doTERRA account, we want to make sure that you have everything set up so you can get paid and you can get paid effectively. So a couple of ways we're going to do that is first, you want to set up your direct deposit. So Josie, I know you've already done that, but if you haven't done that yet, I have a video here that just walks you through how to do that. And also some information here on how to set up your direct deposit. And a couple of reasons you're going to want to do that. One, of course, you're going to get your money faster. And when doTERRA does their commission payouts, you'll get this within the next day or two. If it's checks, sometimes checks have taken me, we're new people, it's taken them like a week or so. So you're going to get it faster. The second reason you want to do this is it will limit some of the processing fees. So when you have a paper check sent to you, you will have $1.95 taken out of that check. And if you do direct deposit, it's 50 cents. So saves you a little bit of money, keep more of your money. So you want to make sure you set up your direct deposit. And if you need to change it, it's really simple too. You go back on how you set it up and you can edit bank account information and everything. So, and then the next thing you're going to want to do to make sure you get paid is set up your LRP or your loyalty rewards order. Now, just to review this, if you haven't already learned about LRP, but LRP is basically like our subscription box. You're right. Your monthly subscription. And this is what you need to have in order to receive commissions. We are required to do a monthly LRP order of at least 100 PV. That tells the system that you qualified to receive any commissions. If it's under 100 PV, you may miss out on some of the commissions. So you want to make sure that you always have that. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about with PV, PV is our product value, or it's basically our point system. So every product in doTERRA has a dollar amount and a PV amount. Some are, equal dollar to 1 PV, and some have some variances. So you just want to look at that when you're looking at your total. You'll have a dollar amount and then you'll have a PV amount. So you want that to be at least 100. Now, I recommend having it 150. And the reason for that is with all of our different commissions. If you remember, we have our power of 3 bonus. And if you only have 3 people under you where you're trying to get your power of 3, the volume of you and that front line, those 3 people, needs to be 600. So if you divide that up, everybody would do 150, then you'd get that 600. Now, if you have more than 3 people there, and that can make up for some of those, you need to have 3 people that are at least 100, but that total needs to be 600. If that makes sense. So 150 will get you there. If you're between 100 and 150, you'll still be fine to receive your commissions, but just to make sure you get that power of 3 bonus. So this video here will walk you through how to set up your LRP, also how to change that out each month. This has, written out instructions on how to do it as well. And if you click here, this takes you to another kind of landing site that I have that really answers all the questions, has step-by-step videos, has a lot more information. So if this is confusing or you need more information, go ahead and click this button here, and that will take you, to our Q&As and lots of information. Okay, so then the next thing I want you to think about as we're getting ready to start and launch your business is, who do you want to partner with? I want you to think about this. When we're starting a business, if you were going to start a brick and mortar, you got to think, okay, what do I need to start this business, right? You're going to need a building, you're going to need inventory, you might need employees, you're going to need all of these things to make this successful. So that's what I want you to think about with starting your doTERRA. In order to make this successful, remember, you're creating teams, right? So you are starting with where you want to create 3 teams, at least 1 team to start with, but your goal is these 3 at the beginning. And so think about who you want to partner with. And I kind of break people into 2 different categories, builders and partners. So a builder is going to be anybody who wants to earn some money, right? This could be customers who love the products and maybe they just want to get some free products or get their products paid for. And so like, yeah, I want to do the business because I love the products. And they don't really want to do a business, right? Maybe it's just like a little hobby for them, some side hustle. So anybody like that, I'm going to say those are a builder. Now, a partner is going to be somebody who's like, yes, I want to run with you. I want to link arms. I want to go as fast as you are. I want to build this out, right? So I try to say like someone who's like me is my partner. Anybody else, I get tons of people who want to just become a wellness advocate so they can get some of the other perks for that, but they aren't necessarily wanting to build out teams and really grow this as a business. So when you're looking at that, you want your partners on this front line. So this is you want your partners right here next to you. And then you're going to put builders underneath them. And so I want you to start thinking of that. Who do you want that to be? Some things to maybe think about here. I have some tips here, like who maybe is capable, right? So do they have influence over people? So maybe they have a big network, or maybe they have a need or desire for this residual income, or to build multiple streams of income. Maybe there's someone who, like I said, is like you, has the same goals as you, the ambitions, they have the same vision of you, they're at your level or higher, right? Also, you want to know if they're committed, right? Or is this someone who's willing, that has the time to put into it? It doesn't take a lot of time. Everyone can do this different amounts of time, and we'll talk about that. But think about someone who, who's really going to be committed to making this work. But still, I always offer this to people, and I don't get my feelings hurt if people tell me no or yes, right? You just ask. I make my list of who I want to do this with. I'm constantly doing that. I took someone to lunch a couple of weeks ago and offered this to them too. And it wasn't for them right now. Like, they're interested, but it's not the right time for them. So we're going to circle back in a few months. But no feelings hurt. We're still friends, right? We're still keeping that relationship going. Don't make it weird. It's only weird if you make it weird, right? Don't care about the results. You're just going to offer it. And if it's not for them, great. You're going to still be friends, right? You're not going to act weird. You're going to move on and ask other people. But your goal is right now, as you're starting, is to find 1 to 3 partners. So make your list. You're going to start working with your mentor on inviting them to a Learn More event, so they can learn more about this business. And then how we build this business is through your pipeline. So hopefully you saw this before when you met with your mentor or went to a Learn More, but how we build this is we're building a pipeline, right? And so the different pieces of our pipeline are that prepare, invite, present, enroll, support. Those are the kind of the activities and the things that we do to have success. So prepare, what you're going to do right here is you're going to start your names list, categorize that on who might be interested in products, who might be interested in learning more about the business, who do you want to invite to classes or a Learn More event, right? You're kind of categorizing the names list that you have. Then for the invite, you're going to invite those people to learn more. Maybe some of them you want to send them a sizzle video. A sizzle video is like a short video that gives them some information. And I'll show you where I have resources for that, but we have one on the business. We have one on some of the products. Like, if it's just a way to give them a little bit of information, but you still want to get them to an event. either an online Zoom event or an in-person event, a one-on-one, something where you can give them more information than just that tiny little video. So then we're going to invite those people, right? Then we're going to present. Now, presenting could be, like I said, coming online to Zoom to a presentation. It could be a one-on-one. It could be an in-home class. It could be, a booth that you're doing. These are all presentations, right? Where you're presenting information about the business and about the products and really giving people the opportunity to jump in. Okay, so then E stands for enroll. So that's where you're going to help then these people decide on what's the best enrollment kit for them. And again, you're going to work with your mentor on all of this. You're not jumping in and presenting yourself, enrolling yourself, all of these things. Your mentor's going to, link arms with you and do it with you. And so you can really learn how. And then the S is for support. So once you do have either new customers or a new builder or partner, you're going to support them. So we have different tools. And again, you're going to work with your mentor on how to do that, doing consults with them so they understand about their membership, they understand about their products and how to use them, and get them into some of our resources for more education. Okay, so as you're getting started, you need to, if you haven't already, start working on that names list. So I have that here. You can click on this and download a piece of paper or just use a notebook, whatever. But here's a thing where you can start making your list of who you know. So what I suggest when you're first starting is just start writing down everybody you know. I look at my phone, I look on my social media. Who do I know that's in my network? And I just start making a list. Then from there, I go through and I'm going to categorize it, right? So that's where I'm going to, kind of just decide who do I think would be great for business? Who do I think would be great that I want to work with? Who, I think might be interested in the products? Who is just a good friend of mine that maybe isn't in either, but I want to tell them what I'm doing because maybe they can support me by, giving me some referrals or things like that, right? You're going to categorize people before you start reaching out. And then, like I said, you're going to reach out, you're going to work with your mentor on who you're going to reach out and how you're going to start doing that. If you're like, hey, I can't think of anybody, this right here is a memory jogger. So it just kind of gives you some ideas of, where you might remember of your network people you might know. So you could click on that. So it kind of takes you through like, who do you know at church? Who do you know from school? Who do you know, different areas. It has some memory jogger there for you. So that's what you're going to start working on. Just so you're aware, we have some communication, different things that we do as a team to keep us connected and to make sure that you have the resources and the support that you need. So we do have a WhatsApp group. You can click on there and add that. If you haven't ever used WhatsApp before, it's like a texting app, but it's great because it's really good for international. And since we do have an international team, it's the perfect way for us to be able to communicate with people all over the world. So, so if you don't have WhatsApp, download that, join our group. That's where we're going to put announcements. You can ask questions and things like that. And then we do a weekly team call. It's every Tuesday at 12 Mountain Time. Okay, and this is usually about 20 to 30 minutes. It's just a time for us to connect. We do a little bit of training, answer any questions, and get you on your way. So that's on Zoom, and here's the Zoom link for that. So if you're able to join us for any of those, please do. If you aren't, or if you miss some, we do record each one of those, and we put those in our team hub. Okay. So any questions about this onboarding before we talk about launching?
Nope.
No questions? Okay.
Alright.
So once you get all this set up, then we are ready to launch and you're going to click this launch button.